Vampire Academy! Originally I was going to go into this movie and heckle it by making farting noises whenever something cheesy happened.
Nice.
But something else happened. I was mildly entertained by it. What? Sweet baby Jesus, how did that happen? Actually, to tell you the truth, you know, everybody is probably going to rip on this movie. I know it's not aimed towards me, but I can break this down the way that I would. I can talk about the acting. The acting was actually, surprisingly, not bad. It caught me off guard because I felt like some of these people, I haven't seen any of their work, but you know, for what they were doing, it worked. And the directing by Mark Waters, well, I didn't research him too much, but when it came to the execution of the story, I felt like it could have been shortened down a little bit at times. It starts off with a lot of exposition. Like they have to lay these things out to you. Like they have to explain these different factions of vampires and how these two girls are connected to each other. And I think a lot of people who are the target audience for this movie might get bored with all that stuff, but I needed that stuff because I need to have some kind of context. And to be fair, it did have some interesting ideas. But when it comes to the story and the script, wow, these girls just say some really cheesy stuff. Like riding around on unicorns. Like it caught me off guard so much. I laughed literally out loud in the theater. I was just like, seriously? Guys on unicorns. And I ended up missing some of the dialogue because of that. Like this movie knows it's following in the footsteps of Twilight. And they even address that sometimes in the movie. Because it kind of pokes fun at itself too at times. Like it doesn't take itself too seriously. And I think that took it in the right direction. But this girl, Zoey Deutch, like she, with the lines that she has to say, the scenarios she gets in, she actually carries it. But because I think the director may not have been fully like experienced working with actors, you just get the sense like he could have cut out some of these lines. We could have ended things a little bit more sweet in the end. Like some things just felt a little too tacked on conveniently. We didn't need to do that, but you did it. It's generic, I'll give it that. But some things happen in it that, you know, kind of caught me off guard. Like there's this speech, there's this monologue in it where Lucy Fry, like she's like this descendant of a royal family or something. She makes a speech in the end where I was like, wow, that's pretty good. What the hell did I just say that? And I was watching some of the action, and I know this Kozlovsky is supposed to be like the token hunk. You know, he was actually able to handle himself. I was like surprised. I was like, yeah, that's some pretty good martial arts sequences. This guy could be a legitimate action star. Ah, did I say that too? I did, wow. But overall, you know, this movie goes over some very generic stuff, dealing with teenagers, that kind of stuff. And I felt like it was passable, but just barely. I can't even give it I give it a 4.5 out of 10. And I feel like that's being extremely generous. Alright, if you like what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe! Now I gotta go ride my unicorn. Just the image. Is it just because of the, I don't know, whatever. So here's the bottom line. After all what I've said, when I was done watching this movie, I had to check to see if they're still there because I'm a man, and to feel like I was actually entertained by this, it could be devastating to my reputation.